But here's the problem with some of the gangster rap. You can talk about it with cleverness, insight, acuity, parody. You can have a distance from it. You can say, I used to do that. Look at the consequences of a guy like me who does this. That's a difference than a guy who is mimicking, parroting, formulaic recitations of gangster life that you ain't never lived and you ain't gonna never live, and you don't understand the difference. Hip-hop at its best certainly will articulate something against that, but at its worst it reflects the very pathology of American society.
The pain and suffering that is caused by gun violence is now an all too common feeling for Americans, especially Americans living in urban communities. Gangster rap is a style that was first used by hip-hop MCs to highlight a specific set of circumstances throughout the community regarding the ills of their neighborhood. The loss of social structure, the lack of jobs, and the emergence of the crack economy. Combined, these factors created a perfect storm, which I call the urban trifecta, and which transformed the nature of black radicalism in urban America. During the mid-1980s, MCs saw hip-hop as a way to make a profound statement about the trauma, pain, and suffering that black and brown communities were experiencing. Today, the genre of gangster rap has become a hyper-glamorized, glorified, and aggressively addictive false depiction of African American culture. Studying the issues with the glamorization of guns and violence within hip-hop is important because it is one of the most significant channels of expression for black and brown youth. The repeated consumption and glorification of guns and violence that is reflected back into communities all over America is equally destructive and damaging to the psyche of youth and to the community.
Anytime you have a population that's socially neglected, economically abandoned, and under intense police surveillance with the young people, you're going to get folk turning on each other. You're going to get folk tied to the drug industry, and unfortunately, killing a whole lot of innocent people. I was there in Chicago yesterday.
That sometimes we need to have a counter narrative by expressing and paying attention to what's good about our neighborhoods and what's good about our communities. We open up and rupture the sort of negative way of understanding our communities.
We got to support the great hip-hop truth tellers.